Green-fingered Sheila Williams spends her days making sure she's got the best groomed garden on her street. Think Desperate Housewives, the Coventry version. But her life was rocked by an event more outrageous than anything Wisteria Lane has witnessed, when she suffered a bizarre impalement that should have killed her instantly. Sheila was perched on a 5-foot stepladder trimming her trees.
I really should have thought a bit more carefully about my footwear, because I was wearing very flimsy sandals, which one shouldn't climb ladders wearing.
But sandals were the least of her worries. Directly below the ladder lay this row of razor-sharp metal railings. As she leant over to reach a branch, her foot suddenly slipped. Sheila went down like a sack of spuds. When the dust settled, she felt shaken, but okay, although for some reason she couldn't move.
I thought possibly that I was attached by my clothing, because there wasn't an immediate pain.
But the railings hadn't gone through Sheila's clothing. They'd gone through Sheila. 2 lethal-looking spikes had rammed into her left buttock. Harpooning her hindquarters, they'd exploded through 8 inches of soft tissue all the way into her abdomen. She'd been skewered like a turkey brochette.
I thought, how am I going to get someone to help me to get myself out of this?
As Sheila hoisted herself up to stop the railings sinking even further into her rump, she hollered for help, knowing full well her insides might already be mincemeat.
I remember leaning up against the tree for support and just praying for divine intervention, I suppose. I think every inch of my body just felt consumed by the pain.
Hearing Sheila's screams, her neighbours dialed 999. Minutes later, an army of emergency services were on scene. But this scenario wasn't just bizarre. Sheila's very survival was at stake.
Anyone with impalement injuries, pretty much above the mid-arms or above the thighs, has got a potentially life-threatening injury.
The buttock area is a spaghetti junction of major arteries. Medics knew that if they rushed to remove that metal, they could provoke a fatal bleed.
We tend not to remove anything that's impaling patients because we don't know what damage is there. If it's up against an artery, it might be stopping the bleeding. If we pull it out, it could get a lot worse.
The only solution was to chop out an entire section of railing and move Sheila with the pole still inside her. Feeling every vibration, she watched as the firemen began cutting, knowing one slip could cause a bleed that would kill her in under 60 seconds.